Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and today I'm here to participate in the celebration for George G's Room of Rocks 1,000 subscribers. So, congratulations to George. Awesome achievement. George just is a great dude. Seems like a super genuine guy, the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with, the kind of guy you wished was your neighbor. You know what? You could go over there and listen to tunes and have a couple of beers and whatnot. So, it's cool. Been cool talking to George, getting to know George through YouTube. And yeah, George, congratulations again. Really like your channel. And his task is pretty simple. He wants us to spell 1,000 and the words 1 and 1,000 in band names or album titles or song titles. Of course, I decided to make it harder for some reason. It seems too wide open. That way, so I was like, okay, I gotta make a theme somehow and try to make it hard for myself so that I'm now a few days away from the deadline and I haven't done it yet. But I think I did it. Wore a big G shirt here for George G. It's actually a shirt for the gathering, but I just thought of that shirt when I was thinking of doing this video, so I thought I'd wear that. All right, George, so let's get to it. My initial thing was I was only going to use albums or bands that had a band member named George in it. So that's how I started out. So for O, I chose Overnight Sensation from Frank Zappa and the Mothers. And the band member is George Duke, the keyboard player and synthesizer player. Later albums he did vocals too, but I chose this one because it was an O, right? Yeah, really fun album. Dynamo Hum in Montana, or probably Dirty Love, also probably the ones that people would know from this, but really fun 70s Frank Zappa album. All right, and for N, I went with a band. I chose Nile. This is gotta look, man, gotta look. As soon as I turn it off, I would know. Those Whom the Gods Detest, and the band member named George is George Callias, the drummer. I believe he's still the drummer. This is their 2009 album. I never stopped liking Nile, but I kind of fell off. This is the last one I was really super into. And I know people are very high on the last one. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Of course, if you're a metal fan and you think George, this guy will come up first. George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse. So I chose the album Evisceration Plague for E. So that completes my first word. I started running into problems. There weren't enough Georges that I could think of to go around, and I'd have to start doubling and tripling up. I didn't want to do that, though I did later. Like I said, I have to make it complicated. So I was like, okay, some different parameters. How about an album with the words 1,000 in a song title? So for that, I chose Marillion's album This Strange Engine from 1997. This is the recent deluxe re-release. And the opening track, you probably can't see, it's super small print, but is Man of 1,000 Faces. Still a live favorite to this day. Okay, and then back to the original theme. Band members with George. So, of course, we got George Harrison, and I chose for H, A Hard Day's Night. It was either that or Help. I just seem to prefer this one. I don't think that's the prevailing wisdom, but all right. Still with the George band members. This is George Clark, the vocalist for Deaf Heaven, and this is for O, the album Ordinary Corrupt Human Love. Really, really love this one. Yeah, this was kind of bridging the gap to where the next album they went almost totally clean vocals, which I did not like. This middle ground I really thought worked really well for them. And then they went back, and then the new one is amazing too. But so that's my poser opinion. I know a lot of Deaf Heaven hate out there, but like this album a lot. Ordinary Corrupt Human Love. So that is O. Now we're at U. Okay. This is another George band member. Zacharopoulos. It's an extremely Greek name with a lot of vowels. He is more commonly known as the Magus. legend of the Greek black metal scene, Rotting Christ, obviously, and his own project that I'll get to later because I ended up doubling up. But he was the vocalist on Yotheria's debut EP, Under His Sway. So that's the U, Under. Really, really like this band. He's since left it, but they're still going strong. So Yotheria with Under His Sway. All right, now for S. Okay, this is where I was really running out of George's. So I was like, okay, how about I can use an album title if the band starts with a G? So that was my next cheat. So for that, I chose the Galactic Cowboys and their album Space in Your Face for S. Really awesome progressive hard rock / metal band from, I mean, their most popular time, I guess, was like the early 90s. They toured with Dream Theater, and were one of those bands that just was on the cusp and never quite made it. I think they're working on a new album now. They were defunct for a long time, but yeah, they not talked about enough. Galactic Cowboys, Space in Your Face, really good album. It's their second one, I believe, on Geffen. All right. Now we're at A. So for this one, I use the 1000 rule again, and the band is Black Salice. Most of their album covers are in this vein, kind of the cloaked, shadowy figure in some obscure occult location. And this is their EP, Atavistic Possessions. So that's the A. And the rule I made up allowed me to choose it because the opening song is called 1,000 Years of Darkness. Super, super noisy, kind of hard to listen to black metal, but for some reason I just love this band so much, and I can just listen to them over and over. So that was an immediate thing I thought of. Black Salice, Atavistic Possessions. All right, then I just cheated because I had something in mind for the last N, and it didn't work out. So I went with the Magus again, whose first name is George. This is his project, Necromantia, and this is the EP, From the Past We Summon Thee. This version was released on Wild Rags. The band considers it a bootleg. Go figure, because Wild Rags would kind of just put stuff out sometimes just because they felt like it. This came out in 95. It's actually 3 songs from their demo from 1990. Not really my bag, honestly. I just kind of picked this up because it was there. Yeah, very strange band. I've always waited for them to click with me, and they kind of never really have, but I held on to this one. And the final letter is D. So for that, I chose a band that starts with G. I didn't count so The Gathering, starting with a G, and their album from 2012, Disclosure, for the D. Really, really fantastic album. I think does not get talked about because this is after Annika van Giersbergen left and was replaced by Silje. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. I believe she's Norwegian. Silje Vergeland. Since Annika left, there's not a lot of activity in The Gathering. They've only put out 3 albums since she left in 2007. This is the second of them, and by far the best, I think. The most realized, just very extremely beautiful, kind of soundscapey songs. Silje's vocals are a lot different than Annika's. She's much more of a smooth, kind of silky singer. Not as dynamic, but just brings a totally different vibe, which I think is always artistically important if you're replacing a singer, not to get somebody who just sounds like the last person. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you are an older Gathering fan maybe and haven't checked out the newer stuff, that really makes me feel old. It's 2012. I consider this newer. But yeah, check out Disclosure. Really, really highly recommended. All right, that's it. Okay, George, congratulations again. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this. And I'm under 10 minutes for the first time in a long time, so I'm out. Bye, guys. Later.